Green light.
Anyway. Hey, Jelly! Hi, guys. So, you gonna say hi to them?
Hi.
Anyway, guys.
Mexy people.
Yeah. How's everybody going today? How's everybody going today? How's everybody doing today? And Sarah's got hair sticking straight up.
Oh, I asked you if my hair was okay.
It is now. But anyway, hey guys. So we're gonna do our Q&A. So we are, as you can see, we are in the new house. So we are doing our Q&A here from our new living room. But let's get this started. So we're gonna go through the different questions. We're just gonna say who you are, we're gonna call your name out, and then we're gonna ask the question you asked, and we're gonna give it an answer. Yeah, that's the plan. Okay.
Oh god, ew. It's not with me.
So I asked the kids this earlier so they could think through their answers. But mine was like easy, came to mind. So the question is by Megan Andre. Hi Megan. And the question was, if you could drink only one drink the rest of your life, what would it be? And I'll give my answer first this time, and I'm gonna say iced tea. If I could have iced tea the rest of my life, whether it be sweetened or unsweetened, I don't really care either way. I love it both ways. So yeah, sweetened or unsweetened iced tea is great for me. Sarah, what about you? No, let's get yours. What was yours? Water. She loves her water.
I'm sorry. It's better than anything else.
Right. So
But
Sarah
your
always
body's
says water.
better.
What about you, Taylor?
Kool-Aid.
Kool-Aid.
No.
Yeah.
He would drink Kool-Aid.
Just thought
Lots of
about it.
sugar.
Yeah.
I was like, wait, that's a better answer. Than
So, and actually my mom just posted her question. Mom, I'll get to yours in a minute. You're a little late to the game.
Yeah.
All right. The next question, actually the next 3 questions are by Shona Alford. Hi, Shona. Actually, I really like Shona. So this one is for each of us. I think it says, okay, so if each of you could change one thing in the world, what would it be and why? Gun laws. Okay, we are so not going to get into that political debate.
That's my answer. I wasn't gonna go into.
She would change gun laws.
Just strictly.
Right. I think if there was one thing in the world that I could change, like if I could absolutely change it, what would it be? I think what I would change is the perception that people have of celebrities. Like, I don't know, I think that there's like this thing that people get in their minds that celebrities, for real?
Oh god.
Godric, stop! The minute we start filming, he starts going nuts. I would change the way that people look at celebrities. They get this mindset that celebrities aren't real people anymore, or that they don't, just because that they have a celebrity status, or because they make movies. My mother is asking questions. They make movies, and so, or they make music, and so people feel that because they do one or the other of those things, that they give up the right to privacy, and I think that that's crap. I think that if somebody chooses to make a movie, then that's their job. Just like if you go to your job, let's say if you work for the railroad, just because you work for the railroad doesn't mean you gave up your privacy to everybody. Like, so
Yeah.
why would you go after somebody and take pictures of them and their children and ask questions and be all up in their business because of their job? Okay, seriously, Mom. So what would be the one thing you would change in this world if you could, and why?
Crime.
Huh?
Mostly crime because
Yeah.
it's evil. Which is
Yeah. Which is why I
Terrible.
said the same thing about
Did you say
celebrity thing.
crime? or
Crime.
Oh.
Crime.
Not crime.
I think the same thing, like, absolutely, because I think it should be a crime to follow to follow a person who makes movies around, or someone who makes music. I hate the status celebrity. I think that that's the
Well-known
wrong term.
people is
They
a
need to
better
change that thing, because they're, just like we said, they're humans day to day, and I think it should be illegal. It should be absolutely a crime that people follow them around. It's just horrible. I think it's just absolutely horrible.
the Oompa Loompas.
Okay, so Shona also asked, where can you each see yourselves in about 5 years' time? I know exactly where I can see myself. And that's traveling. I
Yep.
plan on having an RV and be traveling all over the United States, Canada, maybe even down into South America. Maybe not too much in South America, but definitely I would like to go to a couple places in South America. But definitely up to Alaska. That is one of my major goals, is to get to Alaska during the summertime, and definitely do a lot of the hiking and a lot of photography. That is like where my goal is, to have my degree and absolutely be doing that in 5 years' time. What about you, baby girl? What do you see yourself in 5 years' time?
Traveling with my mom and still making beatboxing.
Yeah. And she'll be graduated by then.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I hope
Where
so.
do you see yourself in 5 years?
Well known in the video game area, to where when I video game for one company, the rest of the companies will know me.
That
I
would
can
be
test
awesome.
with them.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
All right, and Shona asked Sarah and Taylor, what is the one thing that you want to achieve or do in this next 12 months? In this next 12 months, meaning in this next year.
Oh, yeah. Hopefully earn up enough money for me to get a car and get my license.
Yep. Hopefully you get a call about your job soon, right?
Yes.
What about you? What do you want to do in the next 12 months? What do you hope to accomplish or do in the next 12 months? I just spit on my
Good job.
phone.
The one thing I would like to do is try and hit 300 subscribers on my video, on my YouTube channel.
That would be great. That's a great goal. That would be great to make enough
300.
It's
videos
actually really
to
good.
hit 300
Yeah.
in the Like in the next month or so, I would like for us to get the last 60 people to get our subscriber count to 3,000.
Yeah.
It's taken forever to get from 2 to 3.
I also want to add in,
really.
get that Chihuahua that one of them have in the next 12 months. I want to.
You can't get a dog.
I know. I mean,
Can't
like,
get another dog.
I really
no.
want that dog.
We can only have 3 dogs here, and it's actually written into the lease. Only 3 dogs allowed. 3 pets
But
allowed.
I never said I'll
and
bring it home.
No, you're not doing it.
I'm taking it to guys.
Not doing it.
Oh.
Okay, so Julie Craig asked us quite a bit. So let's just kind of go down this list. I'm going to start with the way she asked, so I'll ask Taylor his question first. Taylor, what is your favorite gaming system? And what are some of your favorite games?
Oh God.
Also, have you ever considered doing a gaming video?
Okay.
That last answer was obvious.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, I would love to do gaming videos. But my favorite game console. I'm an old school gamer, so I like Game Boy and like Nintendo consoles from like back.
Like the Nintendo 64?
Yeah, the Nintendo 64, which is like awesome.
But what's he using right now?
PlayStation 3,
Yup.
which is absolutely an amazing game console, and I'd have to say Call of Duty right now for Ghost. Call of Duty Ghost is a really good game at the moment.
All right. Okay, Sarah. What are not Siri? Siri came on again. Okay, Sarah. What are your favorite songs or musicians? And also, what are some of your other YouTube channels that you watch? So, songs and musicians. Do you have any favorite songs and musicians?
My favorite musician is Christina Grimmie, and my favorite songs from her are Without Him and her new song. I don't know if what's her new song with
That is the new one Without Him.
no, the one she was saying Hero or something. Can't. I don't remember. You were listening to it the other day, and I listened to it again, but I forgot what it was.
Which one? Not I Bet You Don't Curse God, but
No, it was like this whole
Anybody's
hero
You?
thing. No,
Oh, you mean I Need a Hero?
that one.
That one, that's actually not her song. That's the song she recorded for the Humane Society.
Okay, well.
And that's an old song, and that's called I Need a Hero.
That
and
one
it's
I like.
Great. She did an amazing rendition
I like
of that
that.
song.
Yeah.
And then the second part of your question was, what are some of the YouTube channels that you like to watch?
I do a lot of Reborn watching.
Yeah, we've
But the
got
one I
a
have
guest.
We've had a
Um,
stalker of me.
So yeah, Sarah
Yeah.
loves Reborn videos, right? A lot, like you'll
And I
catch her.
beatboxing videos.
Reborn videos, boxing, like beatboxing videos, not boxing videos, and Vine. Oh God! This child watches Vine videos like crazy. Okay, and then one from myself. Favorite childhood memory, and there's only one absolute memory that comes to mind. And Mom, you're gonna remember this. And I told my mom about this when we visited. This is one of my absolute favorite. He's all right. Let him be.
It's fine.
Hey, stop, Taylor. One of my absolute favorite childhood memories was one night we were living in San Bernardino. I think we were living in Highland, and my mom and all of us walked to the store, which was one of the big things my mom always did with us. We didn't ever like drive very often, and so we always walked to the store. And so we were walking to the store with my mom, and it's so funny because everybody always says, "Tonks, go lay down, go." But But all of our friends and stuff and people that would see us around town when we lived in Needles and anywhere else that we lived, everyone always said it looked like my mom walked with a pack of ducklings behind her, or because it was always my mom, and usually back then Jennifer was finally walking, but she used to be like in the stroller, my mom would push her, and then it would be usually Joey and Patricia on either side of the stroller, then Amy and myself behind that. But as we got older, it would be, my mom holding Jennifer's hand, and then it would be Patricia and Joey, me and Amy. And so we always were like a little waddling set of ducks behind my mom. Well, one night we're walking to the store, and on our way back it had started getting dark, it was getting late. And now this is, like I said, this is Highland San Bernardino, so my kids already know this story. And so we're walking back, and we're walking along the road, and there's like this large brick wall all the way down. It was like the outside of like a community, like, one of the big fenced-in communities. So it was like the big, long brick wall all the way down the block. And there's like shrubbery and tree and stuff hanging over the wall. Well, my mom kept thinking there was somebody following us, apparently. So she kept hearing something, so she kept stopping and listening. So of course, she would stop, we all would stop. And she would listen. And then we'd start walking again, and then she would stop, and we'd all would stop. And my mom was like, now she's getting like antsy, and my mom starts kind of like bundling her purse thing up in her hand, like so she could just whack the snot out of someone with it. And she's like, shh, quiet. I'm pretty sure someone's following us. And she turns around, and this stupid possum is up on the freaking wall underneath the tree, and it like does the whole hiss thing, scream at her kind of thing. My mom jumps like 20 feet in the air, scares the living crap out of her. Jennifer, I know, has started like crying because my mom got freaked out, so Jennifer got freaked out. But then the rest of us are like, we don't know how to react. But it's one of those moments where when my mom like took a good deep breath and started to laugh at the moment, then we all started laughing at the moment. So it was like literally one of the best moments ever, because my mom was really, really strict when we were growing up, and it was kind of like you always just, you didn't talk unless you were spoken to, you didn't do, all the things like old school type, parental type stuff. And so it was absolutely hilarious to watch my mom have a moment of absolute disconnection, and it was hilarious. So I love you, Mom. Never gonna forget that moment ever in my entire life. Will I ever forget that moment? So, no. Okay, so for all of us, if you could give each other one wish or present, what would it be and why? I'll let you take that one first. So if you could give me a present or a wish, and your brother a present or a wish, what would it be and why?
My mom, I would buy her a lot of White Diamonds perfume.
Nice.
And my brother, I would buy him an Xbox 360.
Cool. Cute.
Nice. What about you? What would you give your sister? Or what would be a wish you would have for your sister?
I would give my sister, a lot of reborn dolls. Like,
Okay.
a lot of them.
Okay.
And you, I would get you a lot of the Hobbit merchandise. Like, I would get you every bit
Awesome.
of Hobbit merchandise.
And now I'm going to be they're going to get mad at me. But I think the one wish I would have for this one right here is to be seizure free for the rest of her life. Those be completely gone and over and done. And this one, of course, I would wish that there was a cure for CF.
Yeah.
And that would be the two things I think that as any mom, if those were the things I could take away from my kids and wish those away, that would be the first thing I would do in a heartbeat. Wish them absolute health.
No, that doesn't make me mad. That makes me really happy.
He's probably like, darn, I should have came up with a better wish. I'm just kidding.
Oh, you love the Hobbit stuff, Mom.
Oh, I know
you
that.
got everything Twilight in a shrine.
I know.
Really does.
I love it.
And I get her a Hobbit
So-
shrine. And Lord of the Rings.
Right?
Just wait, she's gonna get older and she's
Okay,
gonna have like
so-
Twilight dolls.
Here we go. My mom asked, how are you liking your new place? Loving the new place. Absolutely love this place. Like, I'm not even kidding you guys. Like, when we first started coming over here and we kind of had some speculations about the dog and some worries and concerns, but you know what? Everything has literally fallen into place gorgeously. Like, it just, from the first night we were here, even without some of our furniture, we were here and it just felt like home. Like, from the minute we got here.
We sat there and ate pizza on the floor.
It just felt like we were home for like the first time in many, many years. They saw something on there, but it was literally like being at home. All right, and then, Dean. So Dean Inglis, and he's our buddy from Canada. So Dean asked a couple of questions. Okay, so Dean asked, what keeps you vlogging? The memories. I don't think there's anything I can say above that. It's the memories.
You can only answer this one. I don't really vlog as much.
Yeah, Taylor doesn't really vlog as much. Sarah vlogs once in a while, picks up the camera, but what keeps me going is definitely the memories. Like, looking back at certain things, even in the heartache, even in like some of the terrible stuff. These two are gonna be dorkish. It's the memories. Yeah, don't start that. Okay, and then, do the kids still enjoy vlogging?
Not even.
Taylor has never liked it.
I vlog once in a while.
Well, not that he's never liked it. It's that Taylor is an introvert. He's not a very outwardly expressive person.
No.
He really isn't. He's very introverted, and so for him to be outward with people, it's hard. Like, when he gets into public and we talk with people that we meet or whatnot, Taylor gets very, very mumbly and very quiet when he talks.
Even on the phone.
Even on the phone.
Really hear it.
Oh my gosh, I can't stand getting phone calls from him because you can't understand a word he's saying on the other end because he gets quiet and mumbles. But Sarah, I think, is still pretty happy with it. Like, when the camera comes on, next thing you know, Sarah comes flying out of the room. You vlogging? I was like, hey, Mom, are you going to vlog this?
Even when I do.
Or why is the camera never rolling?
Well, because there's some things that she does, and she messes up words, or she'll run into something. I'm just like, why isn't the camera rolling?
Yeah, and when I am outwardly expressed towards people, it's mainly when I'm getting really mad at them.
Right?
When I'm
Okay,
yelling.
the next one was, do you think you will ever stop vlogging? No. Okay, next question that Dean asked is, if you could meet any vlogger, who and why? There's only one vlogger I absolutely would love to meet, and that's Charles Trippy. Yep. I've already met Katie and Colin, I've already met Jared and Ellie, and I've already met Brian and Missy. And all of them are great people, like absolutely very humble people. I know Dean isn't a big fan of Daily Bumps, but I've met Daily Bumps twice now. And both times that we hung out with them and actually interacted with them for quite a lengthy amount of time. The first time we were with them, an entire 6 hours, 7 hours of the day.
Really nice.
And they are so humble. They are super, like, genuinely nice people. And then, of course, we hung out with Brian and Missy again during Brian's EP release party. We spent an entire evening there. I think we spent well over 10 hours. And absolutely, like I said, he's extremely humble. Missy is so open and inviting and warm, and she loves to laugh and interact with all the fans and the people that are there. So we've met them. Ellie and Jared, oh my gosh, absolutely sweet people. And then, of course, Katie and Cullen, they are absolutely have the most Southern hospitality. Like, you can't get any more Southern hospitable type behavior from any two kinder people than those two people right there. So, yes, do they seem a bit extreme and exaggerated on camera at times? Yes, but why wouldn't you? They live such exciting lives. Like, they really do have exciting lives to live. And if I could live like that, like if I had just half of what they have, of course I would be filled with joy and nothing really to worry about. And so, do they sometimes seem a little extreme? Of course, but that's okay with me. Like, because I've met them in person, I've got to talk and interact with them on a deeper level than just through a little meet and greet. And I would say that they're amazing people. But the one person, if I was given one choice to meet, would be Charles Trippy. I have been watching Charles Trippy since his very first ever posted video, and that was back in like 2005, 2006, when YouTube first started. He was like, these guys were just little, and he was the very first person I ever watched a skit. He had like a little skit that he did, and it killed me. I don't think I laughed so hard in my entire life, and I was like, back then, of course, I was still kind of goofy, and I was young myself, and I just absolutely fell in love with his demeanor, his character. I was in the military.
Yeah.
And I was I missed being able to have my pink hair and missed being able to kind of be a little bit crazy, and I kind of latched on to Charles Trippy and the fact that he was, you know, he was young and he was goofy and he was kind of the same way I was when I was in high school and we did drama club.
He still is.
And to this day, he still has that same demeanor. That's still that absolute goofball attitude. And I would love to just meet him and shake his hand and say, thank you for doing what he does and for being the inspiration that he is, and the fact that I got this one hooked on watching him, and when he started having his seizures and having the brain tumor and she was going through her seizures, he became a huge support. We even got several messages from him in our direct messenger on Twitter where he wished Sarah luck, and then came back and had actually watched one of her videos and told her to hang in there and keep her chin up, and that each day is a blessing and to never let it keep her down. And so it's awesome to have him send her a direct message. So I would absolutely love to meet him in person and shake his hand and say thank you for those motivating words and those kind words during a time where things were really rough. So there you go, Dean. I hope that really answers your question on that aspect of things. And then let's see, he asked another one. Had there ever been a time that you have recorded something and thought, nah, not putting that in? Absolutely.
Oh God.
Yes, absolutely. And it's usually when this one goes off the deep end and like he'll start talking about something that is absolutely personal, like absolutely personal. And you're just not, like, there are certain things you just do not share on social media. And this one will start talking about things and we're like, whoa, the camera's rolling. You can't talk about that on camera.
And I have to cut myself short.
Yep, or there's times where we had some really amazing stuff recorded, but...
And I ruin it.
No. We had stuff recorded, but then realized that it was giving away an exact location.
Oh, yeah.
When Taylor did an entire whole video clip. And
On
then realized he was standing right out front of the house. And the address was standing right out behind him, like in big, bold numbers.
My phone blurred it, but not enough. You can see
it was absolutely, all it would have taken was a little bit of software to clear the image, and somebody would have had our absolute address.
Yep.
So we have, like, those are things you just don't include. But when it comes down to pretty much anything else, absolutely, when I record it, it goes in. Like I said, the only things I usually take out are anything that is that would give away personal information. And so we try to steer away from that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay, I think that's everything. I think we got everybody. Alrighty.
Yay.
So I hope you guys liked that. I hope that was that answered everybody's questions. And I just want to add at the end of this video that we have our heartfelt prayers going out to all the victims involved in the Orlando shooting. And I just want people to also remember a beautiful young lady was killed the night before, 24 hours previously. Christina Grimmie lost her life to a deranged fan. And like I said, they still have not exactly clarified what was his motive. There's rumors floating around, but right now the motive is still unclear as to why he went there with the intentions of killing her. And so I just want people in the YouTube community to please not forget about Christina Grimmie in the light of the fact that the Orlando shooting happened. It is a horrible thing that 49 people lost their lives. I would say 50, but 50 includes that gunman, and I don't think he counts. I don't think he matters. He is we're not even going to mention his name. We're just going to say 49 innocent people lost their lives that night. And there are 53 other people still recovering and from their injuries because of that night. And a lot of people have overlooked the fact that Christina Grimmie died the night before that, also in Orlando. And my heartfelt prayers right now go out to the parents of the 2-year-old little boy who was taken by an alligator at Walt Disney World, Orlando. And Orlando really just suffered a really rough week. And I really feel sorry for the parents, and my heartfelt wishes go out to them that they lost their baby. He's 2 years old. he waded off into the lake, the little lake that's there, the man-made lake, and he was taken by an alligator while in the water. Anyway, we're not going to get into the discussion of it. Just a 2-year-old baby boy lost his life. They found his body this morning, and my heart goes out to them. Losing a child is not something I would wish on anybody in this world. And so, like I said, our heartfelt prayers go out to all of Orlando and all the victims this past week. And so that is from us, the Jamly, to you. And we're going to say, if you guys like today's video, give it that thumbs up. Come back, you guys. See us again tomorrow. We vlog it every day, whether things are good, bad, or sometimes even boring. And hey guys, thanks again for watching. Bye!